guys to be prepared. I hope you are, since you begged and pleaded for it. This is D&D on the Farm RPG, and we're leveling up, as was decided unanimously last session. And I know everybody was super prepared and worked hard on this in the 2 weeks we were off between recording. So we're just going to jump right in and see what everyone got for their levels. So I know he was cramming at the last minute to get in because he forgot. But Swigs, what do we do with Captain Boardwalk's level?
I just gained an ASI, so 1 more point intelligence, 1 more point dexterity.
Right, a little smarter, a little faster. What does that bring his index up to? I haven't looked at the sheet in a while, so that's going to make
it's 17 now. No actual modifier change, but
okay, 17 dex, and your intelligence went up to 13. Or was that?
It's 14 now.
Oh, 14. Okay, it's not shown on your sheet in roll 20, but that's all right. So you do get a bonus on your intelligence modifier, though, so that's good. And for an Arcane Knight, cast wizard spells. That's pretty good selection.
I don't get spells yet. Spellcasting is really slow for Eldritch Knight.
Well, I mean, anything that needs a save, you help your saving throw.
Yeah.
For intelligence or for your spell save DC, if you have spells that use that. All right, awesome. Next, let's go to Boo Bun, who I know has been a little distracted and all over the place today.
Oh, yeah. But Spectre, basically, by going out to 6, she got 5 hit points. And also, she took a point in athletics as well as a point in deception. Or she took, what's it called? It was not a point. It
expertise.
Was, expertise. So now she can roll pretty high on those. It's like a +7 and a +8, respectfully, in both of those things.
And we'll still roll lower than Ashley.
Of course, always.
All right. Elf, what's going on with Sprinkle?
An additional 2 spells to prepare. A barking dog.
New pets, I like
it. Extra channel divinity and blessed healer, which is kind of cool to get that extra HP. Except I'm usually not healing. We don't really.
It means you could be the tank if you wanted to, or the co-tank.
Oh, it's more hit points.
And of course, hit points. Yeah. So it's level 6. Everybody's hitting. If we did not make that clear,
is all you going to 7 though?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Well, no, you're taking 1 level in.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, right.
So Augie, you're the one that demanded this. I don't know, put the most thought in preparation.
Oh, yeah.
Completely ready to go. Totally.
I'm definitely not actively putting my spells in at this moment.
So Ashley is going to take, as a 7th level character, is going to take a level in Artificer.
Yes.
What was the motivation for that?
I wanted to.
You felt like it. All right, good enough.
Yeah.
No reason it has to be deeper.
Well, I've multi-classed as just before, and it was really fun. And Ashley likes to tinker, so as like the gnome aspect, so it just kind of meshes well. Okay. And I took cantrips. I'm multitasking. I took 2 cantrips. I got guidance and I got firebolt. And for my spells, you said I get 3 first level spells, right?
You can pick 3 from the list every time you rest to have prepared. Yep. And then when you cast a spell, you still use your pool of spell slots, but you can cast one of your known bard spells or one of your prepared artificer spells.
So I'm definitely taking Featherfall. The other 2 are to be determined.
All right. If you don't pick, I'm going to roll randomly for you when the time comes and tell you what you prepared.
Okay.
All right. Good. I got buy-in on that.
Yeah. I'm going to do Long Strider. No, I'm going to do jump and catapult. That's what I'm going to do. I said it now. It has to happen.
Featherfall, jump, catapult. And that works.
Yeah, and I think
All
I
right.
have to add 6 hit points because I'm just going to take the 5 plus 1.
Right. Did anybody roll for hit points, or did y'all take the standard values? Oh, Boobun rolled.
No, I just took the standard, but it acted like I rolled for some reason.
Acted like a roll. Put it in there twice. Oh, I see. Just like, it's 5. Yep.
That's okay.
All right, cool. So, I don't know what the deal is with Roll20. It's like, I'm not in a dark theme, but all of the chat text, okay, there we go, was showing up dark on the white, and it was really hard to read. But I clicked the button to go into dark mode. Now it's all legible. That seems like a bug that, or they're actively discouraging people from using regular light mode. It sounds a little bit like Farm RPG, the way it works.
No, only the
So,
demons use the
mode?
light mode in Farm RPG.
Or if you're making screenshots for the App Store, apparently.
That too.
Anyway. All right. Who remembers where we were at and what was going on?
We were going back to town with the gremlin.
Yep.
And he was
coming
going to
along.
capture a kraken.
I think he wanted to it was a Luminos, right? And he wanted to get swallowed by the Kraken was the deal.
Yeah, he wants to be eaten. He's got a thing for vor.
Right. Just putting his name on my token so I can remember his name. I even though it's my NPC, it's well documented. I struggle remembering names. Why is Spectre on here twice? I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right. So we had just come out of the canyon from Ember Lagoon. There was that magical gateway that could take you places you found there, but requires a moonstone to do so. And Luminos is coming along with you. He is determined to get swallowed by the Kraken. And you see the burn marks where you'd fought the trolls and someone threw some fireballs. The swamp has not regrown yet. You see some regrowth start to come in, but it's still pretty visible where you had your battle. And Luminos kind of sees that. It's like, yep, I see what happened there. That's well, I warned you. Don't sit on that necklace, or that would be all of y'all. Just like that. He's pointing at the
Spicy.
juggler. Something spicy. Yeah. So the main question is, where are you going to head? Are you going to head back, or you were on the way back to Red Brook and you ran into?
I think we
The
left.
Raptors, or was that prior?
That was prior. We went to Red Brook, I think, already.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
you
then
already
we
ran into the
saw
Rangers on the Raptors, right?
The Mounties.
Yes.
And then that's right.
Yes, the mounted police. The ranger came for us, and so we
I'm still remembering what happened when.
Yeah, it's been like what, 2 weeks? So
It's been a little while. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
So
do you want to head back to Red Brook, or are you guys going to head directly to Lake Tempest, or something else in between?
I feel like we're not allowed to conduct business, they said, until we've got our charter.
Oh yeah, there was
what
some...
defines business? You know,
like officially opening letters and taking quests and getting payment for it would be business.
Yeah, so as long as we don't do that.
Yeah, it's not like you can't come into town and chill and chat.
Watch a goblin get eaten by a kraken. We could do that.
Yeah, we're allowed to do that. Yeah,
that's not business.
No.
So I say we go to Lake Tempest.
Yeah.
Lake Tempest is technically outside of Red Brook anyway, so.
Yeah. We can conduct business outside of Red Brook, so.
Right.
All right, well, let's just bounce over to Tempest then.
Okay. One thing you learn about Luminos that you probably kind of suspected, he's not entirely there in his head, and he likes to play jokes that like aren't actually funny, even though he thinks they're hilarious, like putting a bunch of salt in your food and then laughing when it tastes bad, or putting rocks in your pillow so you hear your head when you lay down. Just stupid stuff like that. It's kind of obnoxious.
The goofy goober.
Yeah. but not a goofy goober rock, just a goofy goober. So, make sure we don't get in trouble with Nickelodeon. I'm going to move the tokens we have on here. We don't have everybody's kind of up to Lake Tempest. Takes a bit of travel, but we get back towards where Lake Tempest is. And it's easier to spot than normal because there's like this permanent stormy cloud coverage that almost looks like it could burst out into a hurricane at any moment, just kind of swirling above the lake. And there's, it's storming, lightning, unpredictable rain, starts and stops for no reason. It doesn't move past Lake Tempest, but it's kind of like this magical cloud of horrible weather that must just be following the Kraken around. And Lumos definitely notes it, and he says, that's a good sign. Means our monster's probably still there.
I think you're right, buddy.
Yeah, this weather reminds me exactly of when the Kraken attacked my ship.
It's kind of like PTSD for Captain Boardwalk, and I don't know how he's going to handle that. If he's going to put the fear of God on him, he's going to be timid about everything, or if he's just going to try to grit and bear it. How's Captain Boardwalk handling this?
He's going a bit quiet right now. He's, knees weak, arms are heavy. He's a bit clammy. But he's putting on a strong face. He doesn't have any spaghetti.
Okay, too bad.
Yeah. He's getting sued.
And the rest of you definitely noticed this. It's a little bit of a change for the normally confident captain. He seems nervous.
He's a little sweaty.
Yeah, I'm just a big sweaty guy right now. With a pale face.
Knees weak, arm spaghetti.
You get closer to where the docks and the district in Lake Tempest were, and you'd heard it had been destroyed. That the Kraken kind of wrecked everything that was there, and the survivors ran and left to Redbrook. So tales have been swarming, and everybody kind of knows. And even as you start to get closer, you see signs that have been put up saying danger, keep away along all the roads, just to warn anyone who doesn't happen to notice the ominous clouds, have heard the stories, and you start to get the smell. Like, it always smells a little bit fishy around Lake Tempest, but now it smells like rotten fish mixed with some other kind of refuse.
Blech.
And it's pretty putrid. Like, rotten fish is bad enough, but this is another level of something that's mixed into it.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Nestle, take a bath.
It's not me. Not this time, anyways.
It might have been me.
Take a bath in the water. You might permanently smell like that now. Next thing you notice as you get closer, down on the shores where the docks were, you see two large piles of refuse shooting up. Almost, they look like towers that have been just piled up of random debris. There's like pieces of the docks, pieces of destroyed buildings, bones from large animals, all kind of making these two towers next to each
like
other.
They're purposefully made?
Yes.
Do we see any others?
Yeah, you can't quite see anything else just yet. This is just, you're starting to get close to see these structures kind of sticking up over the horizon.
Can I pull out the spyglass?
Mm-hmm.
That I definitely never gave back.
We've established that.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you looking for specifically?
Signs of life.
Okay. So you look, and are you just looking around the area? You're looking at the towers?
I'm probably looking at the towers and the areas directly surrounding them.
Okay. Looking around it doesn't take long to see life. I mean, the first thing you notice is the flies and some birds kind of flying around like vultures and other scavengers. And one of the towers almost looks like it has a window, and you see what looks like a fish head kind of go by. Like if you're looking at your neighbor's house and someone walked by and kind of looked out the window and then kept walking just past the window. It was like that, but it was like a fish head.
I relay that information. Someone's home.
Ew.
It was like a small window in compared to,
porthole.
and it was like a normal sized window, but the window was pretty small compared to the size of the whole structure. Yeah. Kind of getting that clue. You look down and around, and you actually see a lot of these fish people walking around.
Did they have legs?
Yes.
Do I know what they are?
Maybe. You might.
Does Captain Boardwalk know what they are if I describe them in great detail?
We get a nature check, and we'll see if he does.
Okay.
I'm going to cast guidance on him. Oh, he doesn't need it.
I got a 19.
19. Okay. I'm looking for a picture of these things somewhere we can pull up. All right. It's not letting me grab just the picture. It's grabbing a link address. So I'm just going to put this in the chat. Oh, it did stick the picture in there. Nice. So they look kind of like this. It's almost like a piranha type head with a humanoidish body. They are wearing robes. And Captain Boardwalk, you have heard of creatures like this before that they don't generally live on the surface. They're kind of like, usually live way underground, like in the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know a whole lot about them other than they're rumored to be odd and vicious, and they're known as Koatoa.
Are they eat people kind of Underdark livers? Residents?
They very well could, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell everyone we should approach cautiously, but we should definitely approach and see what they're doing this high up.
You got it, boss.
Yeah. Let's keep a wide berth from the actual lake itself, though. Just for safety reasons.
Okay.
Yeah. Sprinkle, why don't you go first? Hopefully.
You think?
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. I'm so tough. I'm not very sneaky though. Yeah, I'll try to cautiously.
Okay.
Very apprehensively lead the
So
pack.
just Elf's gonna sneak in.
Like you're all coming, right? Like.
Yeah, I'll go with her. I'll sneak also.
Yeah.
Someone who's renowned for being
last.
sneaky.
Yeah, Spectre's always good at. She's always happy to be sneaky.
The smell is making Ashley a little nauseous, so I'm going to use one of my new class things, magical tinkering, and I'm going to pick up a little, a stick, and I'm going to have it emit a smell of Febreze linen fresh.
Okay.
It's good for perceivable about a 10-foot radius.
Okay. You do that.
Yeah.
And Luminos looks at you. He's like, what is wrong with you? You're ruining a perfectly good smell.
You can go on ahead. You can go up ahead. It'll.
All right, let's get some stealth checks from everybody just to see how well you sneak in.
I'm going to cast guidance on myself. I didn't really need it, though.
Not really.
I'm going to cast it on Captain Boardwalk instead.
Okay.
Add a 1d4.
Sprinkle is in the lead, is the least stealthy of the group. So we have a 5 for Sprinkle, a 20 for Astley, a 23 for Spectre, and a 14 for Captain Boardwalk. I should roll for Luminous, huh? That's what we're doing.
How sneaky
got an 11.
Luminous.
He's got
There you
a
go.
+7. Good for him.
Yeah. He's sneaky enough.
Little gremlin.
He doesn't seem quite as concerned with what's going on. So you guys are sneaking along. And Elf in the lead for whatever reason. Sprinkle is the loudest of the group by far. And you're almost worried you'd get noticed as you're getting closer. But then 2 things stop you. First, Lumino stops you. He says, "Oh, look, watch." And he points down to between 2 towers. And there's an altar that the Kuatoa have built there. It looks like it's mostly out of fish bones, but it's got like still flesh from other fish and parts of barrels and stuff there. And it's got a pole in the middle of it. And chained to the pole is one of these fish people, one of the Kuatoa. And they're dumping these buckets of this like black liquid on them. And even from here, you can kind of smell it. And this black liquid stuff has this really strong stench that's kind of what you're smelling everywhere here, but it's very heavily concentrated in this black liquid stuff that they're pouring.
They're just dumping it like on the sand?
No, they're dumping it on the Kuatoa that's chained up on the altar.
Oh.
Uh-oh. They're chumming the water. Or chumming the chum.
Does it look like ritual sacrifice?
Yeah, that's a great description of it. Captain Boardwalk, something else catches your attention. At the top of the northern of the 2 towers, you see what looks like the hull of a ship. It looks familiar.
Is it the Sturgeon?
It is the Sturgeon.
That's my boy.
Its masts are busted off, but it's definitely the hull of the ship that's like sitting on top of the tower.
She was a good vessel. We have to get her down and repair that. That's important.
Will that thing still float?
We'll fix it.
Who's we?
Mostly Astley, probably, as the best person at fixing things.
That's probably true.
You'll owe me big.
You'll be first mate.
That's not what I want, but okay.
That's a big role on the ship. You got to be in charge of everyone.
I can't I charge everyone.
Yeah.
Enticing. Let's worry about that after.
Okay.
Ashley's very excited now, though, to be in charge of everyone.
All right. As you're kind of talking about this, the Kuatoa seem to be done dumping this black sludge stuff on their sacrifice, and they kind of back away from the altar a good 30, 40 feet. And they kind of start chanting and swaying back and forth. It's definitely bizarre language you're not familiar with that they're chanting in.
Can I cast tongues on myself?
No, you do not have the ability to cast spells. Not
okay.
Kidding. You can cast tongues. It's totally fine.
Yeah. I would like to do that.
Okay.
So I can understand any language I hear.
Yep. All right. You hear it, and even being able to hear it, it just sounds like they're chanting some kind of nonsense. They're calling out the name of their sea god, essentially.
What is the sea god's name?
Becky.
Yep, it's Becky.
Write that in your notes.
I'm writing it down. Beki, Becky.
There you go.
With an accent over the I, probably.
BE''KY, Becky. Here we go.
Perfect.
And basically they're saying, Becky, grant us gifts, is what they're chanting.
Okay.
It doesn't take too long until the water stirs. And you've heard this thing is huge, but you've never seen a tentacle the size of what comes up out of the water. I mean, the tentacle alone looks like it's the size of these towers. Comes up, grabs the Kuo-toa, rips him off the altar, and you just see this giant mouth come out of the ground, out of the water, not out of the ground, and just swallow him. And then it goes back underwater. The tentacle comes underwater.
Do we see his teeth?
I mean, I think they have beaks.
Lots and lots of teeth.
Kraken?
And a beak. And tentacles.
I am at this point about 30 feet away from everyone else.
Like
away
backing
from
up
the shore. Yeah.
And this mouth could like swallow ships whole. It's massive. The chanting hasn't stopped. The Kuo-toa are still chanting. Kind of in their ritual.
They were saying something about gifts.
Cool. What is it going to give them? Let's see. Well,
I don't know.
I'm going to just like keep watching.
Park it. I'm going to pull a beach chair out of thin air and park myself on it.
Hammer space.
Yeah.
All right. You guys watch for a little bit and you wait. And this chanting goes on. It takes about 20 minutes before anything happens. And then you see the water disturb again. And this giant mouth kind of comes up and opens up. And what you hear is disgusting. You hear the sound of a monstrous beast vomiting. And it just pukes. And as it does, all this crap and stomach acid and chunks of whatever the Kraken's been eating just come flying out of its mouth. And the Kuo-toa are sitting there and they're like getting showered in it. And they seem really happy about it. As all this debris from inside the Kraken just kind of comes out and covers them. And it's like a sticky, stinky mess.
I love this for them.
Was that the gift?
And he's like 2 or 3 times, and then it goes underwater. And yeah, the chanting stops. They're all cheering now, and they are starting to sort through all this junk in addition to stomach acid and other horrible smelling things from inside the stomach of the Kraken.
Detritus.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was disgusting.
Should we? Well, I still probably got another 40 minutes left of this of tongues here. Should we try to call one of them over here?
I
don't want to go over.
It looks like they're sacrificing each other. So this is a problem that'll probably just fix itself.
But are there not more of them? Like
eventually they'll run out of each other to sacrifice, and then they'll stop.
There's like hundreds of them.
Probably.
We got at least a couple months, I guess, for that to happen. So I don't know if
in the economy of Lake Tempest,
they might reproduce fast enough to make up for their numbers for what's being sacrificed.
Yeah, I'm not going to go over there.
There's nothing worse than sustainable sacrifice.
We could offer them Lumos. That's his name, right? Lumos.
Oh, you'd love
Luminos.
Luminos. We could ask
them
to relocate, and they can take him as the sacrifice.
See, Luminos' reaction is kind of weird. He like watched the Kuo-toa get eaten. He's like, "Oh, that is the luckiest thing ever," and then it vomited afterwards. And he's like, "That's kind of anticlimactic."
Did the Kuo-toa come out when the Kraken vomited?
Not that you can tell. If it did, I mean, it's mashed up and chewed up.
So it's definitely not for fun.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a one-time trip.
It's a water slide.
Yeah.
All right. As you're sitting there trying to think what to do, you hear some boop, 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 boop sounds next to you, and you see one of these creatures walking towards you.
Was that a footstep that was making that sound? I love that.
That's him talking as he's like jogging, making noises.
But he makes the little bubble sounds when he runs. That's all I can think of now.
Yeah. This
His
one
tongue's
looks
still
surprisingly well dressed. He's like wearing like a tuxedo and has like a walking cane and a monocle.
Oh, okay. He looks sophisticated.
Yes, he looks sophisticated.
Okay, quick sidebar before he gets over to us. How do we want to play this?
We need to talk to this guy. We need to have a conversation. If he has a brain in his head, I'm like here for it.
Should we be like official about it and say like he needs to leave, or just instantly offer up Luminous, probably against his will at this point?
I think we should feel it out.
Okay.
So you want to wing it? Is what you're telling me?
Yeah, because we don't know. He's gonna come over here and say what? We don't know.
He's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna say anything. He may just make like bubble sounds.
Well, if I can understand them a little bit.
Yeah, you still have tongues active, right? So you can translate.
Yeah, I'll be the designated translator.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess let's wing it. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Sure. We always do, so.
What could go wrong, really?
Okay. So this creature like kind of waddles over towards you guys. He clearly sees you and his head's kind of like waving back and forth. He's just going blop, 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 blop.
Does he look friendly? Like, is he like smiling, or is he like as smiling as he possibly could be for a man that's a fish?
Is he baring his teeth at us?
I mean, he can't really, as long as his mouth is open, his teeth are showing. And his tongue's kind of flopping out to the side. I mean, it looks almost like a happy dog with big sharp teeth and it's kind of like running towards you. Its tongue flopping out the side of its mouth.
Okay.
In short, you're getting very mixed messages from this thing.
All right.
Can I make an insight check? Can I make an insight check to try to get some kind of vibe of his demeanor?
Yeah, let's do vibe checks.
Okay, you can make an insight check. It'll be at disadvantage.
Okay. Got a 4.
I got a 18 at disadvantage.
Let me see. Where's my insight? Look at me.
I had a nat 20 out of regular.
I mean, I did all right. I did a 19. Let's do it. I'll take the 19.
Okay. So for Astley and Spectre, you kind of get the sense that this thing's coming to talk to give you a warning. Captain Boardwalk thinks this thing is hungry and wants to eat you, and Sprinkle thinks that he's very happy to see you and wants to lick everybody like a dog.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hand on my sword, and if he gets close to me, I'm going to pull it out. But I'm not going to, like, get close to him.
Okay. So he's kind of running along, and Captain Boardwalk, when he sees you grab your sword, he kind of stops, and he starts waving his hands back and forth. Says, no.
He said no.
He says,
yeah,
no.
All I'm hearing is blub, blub, blub.
Does he say it in regular, like, common? Like, we can understand him?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
No what, bud?
No kill.
Oh, yeah, no. Captain Boardwalk, put that sword away. He's fine. This guy's cute.
I'm going to, like, put it a little further back in its sheath, but I'm going to, like, take a step back. I'm not going to let go of it yet. I'm trying to look less aggressive, but I'm ready just in case.
And he says, you blub blub. Baki food, blub blub. Or, and he points back, or go.
Oh, but what if we have somebody who wants to be food?
He looks really confused. That does not compute in his head. Blub.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him in his native blub blub language, like, why are you here?
He says, "Please clarify. What do you mean? Why am I here?
Why are you
Or why is all of us here?
Why are you all here on land at this place, this destination?"
And when they're speaking, you guys just hear like this weird. You don't understand anything.
Blup,
It's
blup,
like
blup, blup,
another
blup.
language. Yeah. He says, "My people are here to worship Becky."
But don't you guys live in the water?
Sometimes
What would it
in the
take for you
dark
guys to
places.
What would it take for you guys to relocate?
When the Kraken, the key, decides it's time for us to go, we will go. But not Blue Dope. Blue Dope
What,
is outcast.
who's blued up?
He kind of points himself. Blue Dope.
Oh, what happened? What'd you do, buddy?
He says Blue Dope was a sacrifice, and Blue Dope returned.
Oh, he spit you back
Kraken,
up?
yeah, Becky did not accept me.
That's rough.
So
Ashley kind of translates
they
that
do
and
not
says,
accept me.
Ashley kind of translates like, "Hey, Luminos, this guy went and came back."
He's like, wait, what? I told you it could be done. If that idiot could do it.
I mean,
Sure,
he must
I can.
taste really bad if he got spit back out.
Maybe you're too good for him.
We could rub this stick on you that Ashley made. That'll make you smell bad.
He just kind of says cursed. Blue Dope cursed, and he says that in common. His very broken common.
Poor guy. Sucks to suck, I guess. Sorry.
Ashley, can you ask him if he's any good at cooking?
No. Ashley blatantly ignores that and does not ask him that and just kind of asks him like, do you have any interest in kind of helping us with our predicament here? Our town is full of, unique folk. And, we can put in a good word for you right where we live, but it's pretty close by to here, and everybody's upset about, our docks being destroyed.
He says, I don't know how to help you. There's little to do, but wait.
Okay.
Have there been any things that may trigger the Kraken, Becky, to want to locate to another place?
Says, we and I do not understand why Becky goes where Becky goes. It's a mystery of the god.
But if we took down the towers, you think that would make everyone want to leave?
Says no, they would build new homes again.
Is there anything that they're afraid of? Or that they really, really hate?
What do they really, really hate? What would
People?
fish really, really hate? What would fish people really hate?
Corn?
Alligators.
Oh, alligators, huh?
What about dragons?
It says, if it doesn't scare the Kraken, the key, why should it scare them?
Okay.
He has a fear personally of lima beans, but he can't vouch for everyone else.
Oh. Lima beans, huh? Becky does?
Becky does. No, Becky does not. That's Blue Dope.
Blue Dope. Okay. It's too bad. Well, Ashley, can you ask Blue Dope here if we can feed Luminos to the Kraken.
I do. Like, you think they'd be okay with that? Like, he wants to do it.
He says, any creature they capture will be sacrificed.
All right, Luminos, go ahead. Why don't you just go run down that hill right there? We'll stand here.
He's like, okay. Do you know what you're going to do? Meantime,
Nope.
like, are you ready for me to go?
I mean,
no. I mean,
you don't have to tell me twice. I'm ready to go. I'm just,
do you have
Well-
anything that could help? Since we brought you here, you have to help us figure out this predicament. So,
Well, what are you trying to do? Get the Kraken to leave?
yes.
Sounds like Blue Dope told you there's not much to do, but wait. And I tend to believe it. When the Kraken's ready to go, the Kraken will go.
so it's a waiting game. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could give it an upset stomach while you're there.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's what they're doing. I mean, did you see that black crap? I think that's probably what gave it an upset stomach.
So you think eating those guys is giving it an upset tummy? It's a really big monster. I mean,
that's clearly the way it works, right? They douse this crap on the people. It must attract the Kraken, but also upsets its stomach, and they vomit. Yeah.
What is the stuff that they dunk, that they douse you with?
You can ask Blue Dope?
Yeah. What's the stuff?
Blue Dope says it is a special Kuotoa recipe of fermented fish guts and 7 secret spices.
Where do they keep this special secret recipe?
It's not written. The high priest knows it.
But where do they keep what they make?
He kind of just points down. He's like, they make it in the towers, in their homes.
Okay. Okay. Any ideas, guys?
Why don't we capture the high priest one and make him tell us? He knows the recipe.
Why don't we get the high priest to be sacrificed? I don't know how we'd pull that off, but
Yeah, Blue Dope's like, the high priest in charge? I don't know how you convince everyone to do that to their leader.
But we only have to convince the leader to do it.
Kari Odap will not be a sacrifice. Kari Odap is the high priest. The high priest determines the sacrifice.
It's kind of hypocritical if it's supposed to be this big honor and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Isn't it like what you guys live for and everything?
It is considered an honor.
And he won't choose
the
himself?
The high priest is the servant.
But he's not doing the one thing that serves Becky the most. Interesting.
It's like, I don't see the problem. It makes sense to me. I mean, you get the feeling that the way that these guys think is just very foreign. Logical arguments really aren't going to sway them in any regard because they don't value the same things and think about the same things as you do.
Kobold-esque.
Even worse than kobolds.
Is there a reason that Becky can only eat one at a time? Like, could a few of you go? Maybe she wants just more than one.
Maybe she wants a feast.
Yeah.
Becky could eat everyone.
So why doesn't she just do that? Maybe that's why she's upset and spitting everyone up, or at least spit you up.
He likes the followers.
Well, you
It's never even
one
thought about it.
Potato chip, like.
Yeah, I mean,
eat the whole
you
bag in one
don't
sitting.
just you don't
He
eat
doesn't know
just
what a
one
potato
chip.
chip is.
Once you pop, the fun don't stop, buddy.
Well, like say, what's your favorite snack to eat?
Guppies.
Do you eat just one guppy?
If I'm slow,
And so, but even if you're slow, you just eat one and then you don't eat any more.
maybe
I think he's a lost
sometime.
cause there, Ashley.
Okay.
Do you have guppies?
I got carrots. You want a carrot?
No.
I didn't think so. Not a man of sophistication, I guess.
Don't let the outfit fool you. Yes.
All right. Well, I am unsure. I would say Luminos, hey, bud, are you just gonna stroll in there and have them capture you? Is that how you're gonna do this?
I feel like you're
I
not
was
one to
gonna
be
be
captured,
more.
though.
I was going to be more dramatic than that.
Yeah. Okay. Before you go, can you now hear me out? Can you shrink that ship hull that's up there, and then I don't know, mage hand it and move it over here, and before it grows big again?
I mean, I could shrink it, but that's still going to be way too heavy for a mage hand or even a dozen mage hands to move.
Even after it's shrunk?
That's a big ship you're talking about.
Oh.
It's not like a statue. It's a whole ship.
Could you make it bigger so that it crushes the tower it's on and then comes down?
Ooh.
I can make it bigger. I don't know if it'd crush the tower. How sturdy do you think their construction is?
It's made of detritus, isn't it? It can't be that sturdy.
You want me to try? I mean, what if it crushes and kills half of them? They might be kind of angry.
Oh well.
Well, just blame Becky.
Yeah, Becky did it.
Becky did it. I believe that probably.
I was like, all right, well, I got to get kind of close to do that.
Okay.
Like, what is the range on? What is the range on that spell? Let's see here. It is 30 feet. Yeah, these towers are taller than that, so getting close enough to cast the spell on is going to be a challenge.
What if we cast jump on him?
Like, if the Kraken tosses me in the air like a piece of popcorn, I might get close enough before I get swallowed. There's no guarantees it's going to do that. It's not what he did to the last snack.
Well, what if when he grabs you, you shock him or something? Like a little surprise.
I mean, I don't want to make him angry. I just want to get swallowed. I want to see what it's like on the inside. And Blue Dope kind of follows, and he just says, "No good, not good." And Lumino's like, "What would you know?" Oh, I have been there. You don't know how lucky you are. You don't appreciate what you've got. And Blue Dope's just like, outcast. He doesn't feel lucky at all.
Now, Luminos, you're sure you're going to survive that if you get swallowed?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to stay there.
He's very confident.
How will you get out?
If Becky speaks a language.
Yeah, do you guys ever communicate with Becky?
He shakes his head no.
Have you ever tried?
He says, well, we chant. Call him.
He doesn't make any sounds at you?
Are you sure that calls him and not like the putrid sludge that you throw down?
Sometimes the high priest says he can hear him in his mind. He can hear him calling out instructions and directions.
Interesting.
All right, we need this high priest. We need to talk to this guy.
How do we get counsel with the high priest?
He points out the high priest, and the high priest has some very decorative, colorful clothing, kind of like the equivalent of a peacock tail, kind of woven into his cloak, but it's made out of like skins and hides of fish and things like that, the various colors.
Rainbow fish scales.
Yeah, and he's got like a whole entourage that follows him around, about a dozen guards. And he says, "The high priest is well protected,
Well, yeah, I don't
and
want to
will
fight this guy.
sacrifice any visitors that come."
But you guys are the visitors.
Says, "But we're Kuatoa.
Yeah, but you're
only the
Kuatoa.
lucky Kuatoa are sacrificed. All visitors, sacrifices.
But we're not visitors. We live here.
You're not Kuatoa. You're a visitor."
Okay, buddy. Well, once we get back to town, we'll find you a nice little job. We know a couple fish guys.
He's like, okay. He's not sure if he wants a job. He doesn't know what that is exactly.
I've put together a plan. Since
so most now, once they're cleaning up, a lot of the Kuatoa are kind of like going back into the towers through various entrances around their sides. They are like their big apartment complexes. But there's still a few out. They're kind of cleaning up, but like a good half of them have gone in. Swigs, what were you saying?
Since Baki is apparently telekinetic, I'd say that's a language. Therefore, you could use tongues and suggestion to tell Baki not to eat Luminos and to just spit him out. So he'll be totally safe.
I could also use tongues and what is it? Mantle of Majesty.
Which is try to talk to this guy?
Which is command.
Oh,
maybe we could just get Vicky to get me my ship. I mean, us, our ship.
But also to leave.
And then to leave, yeah.
I mean, even if they left and if they just left the towers there, we could get the ship after.
Here's the thing, we're gonna have to get Becky out first. Like, I feel like Becky's got to be out of the water for you to talk to it, right?
Yeah.
So we need Luminos. Luminos is gonna get eaten.
Yeah. And then
maybe I could cast tongues on Luminos.
Do you want to trust Luminos?
Why would you waste your time doing that?
Yeah, I don't trust Luminos to help us on that one. No offense, Luminos.
He's like, none taken. I'm just saying, if I want to speak in tongues, I'll speak in tongues.
Oh. Well, you get eaten by the Kraken. Maybe you convince him to go try out the waters over near the swamp. Tell him there's trolls there. They're meatier.
So now hold on a second. I want to get swallowed by a Kraken, but I don't want him closer to my home. I mean,
go across the ocean.
If I could just go get swallowed by Kraken any day, that would take away the uniqueness of it.
Well, yeah, but the uniqueness is coming out alive on the other side.
Maybe for an average person, that would be unique. You could ask him to come by randomly. Then it's always unique when it happens because you never know.
You're weird. And from him, that's an insult.
Is it from him?
Yeah. If he thinks you're weird, there's something really wrong. He doesn't get you. All right. He's like, look, I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for you guys to say, go, Luminos, go. And I'll be off. Doing you a courtesy waiting around here.
Right. Well, why don't we let's do the thing where we let Luminos go get eaten. When the thing comes out of the water, you cast your tongues and your command and try to get it you know, it to do what we want it to.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Get the ship
I
down
guess we
safely,
will.
leave, and take the Kuatoa with them. And then maybe spin out Luminous if there's time.
Well, that's kind of his call.
He seems
Yeah.
you know what, he's a strong whatever he is. He can figure it out. I think he'll be okay. He's got this.
Good plan.
I'm still not quite sure what the plan is. So you're going to let Luminos get eaten, and then you're going to try to communicate with the Kraken. Command
Via
it.
tongues. I think I'll try to
Yeah.
talk to him before I immediately start casting command.
Okay. Is there a range on command? How close do you got to get for that to work?
Ooh,
Looking
60
that up here
feet.
really quick. 60 feet. Okay. So you're going to have to get down in the thick of it where the Kuatoa are to get that close to the Kraken when he comes up. So definitely something you can do and try. A little bit challenging. If Luminos creates a big enough distraction, maybe they'll be more worried about him than you guys kind of sneaking in. Blue Dope's not going to go anywhere. He's not allowed back where the Kuatoa are, and he tells you as much. He's an outcast. He just stays out here, hoping one day he'll be forgiven, but he's not super hopeful.
I could also try and just do an unearthly chorus and perform.
You
Make
could.
Becky
I will
another
say
Carl.
the chances of successfully charming this creature are not very good. This is like a godlike type creature, so you can absolutely try. Just don't expect him to behave the same way like humans and other more.
What's his wisdom modifier?
He has a plus 12 on Wiz saves.
Whoa.
What's your save DC?
Okay. And what is his charisma modifier?
He only gets a plus 5 on charisma saves.
Okay.
All right. I think, given the time we were at, we will put this plan into action when we kick off next time. When we answer the important question: can Astley charm the pants off a Kraken, or are we headed towards TPK? We'll find out.
It's
next
one or the
time.
other always.
It's one or the other. There's no between.
Worst
For
case scenario,
tonight,
just throw a bunch of fireballs at it.
Yeah,
I
there
do
you go.
have that now.
we do have that option.
I do have
For
Firebolt.
tonight, we'll say bye.
Bye.